I think it is really funny to send a nude to somebody and be like, sorry, that wasn't for you. Of Girls Gotta Eat.
Happy Halloween!
Woo!
Woo! Is that your number one spooky noise?
Do we have other? We were trying to find spooky noises earlier at my house. What did Tessa say? Tessa says to me, we were like blood curdling screams, and she was like, "What about like the sound of like a knife puncturing somebody's body?"
Yeah, she was like, "What about a stab sound?" I'm like, "What? A stab sound?" I was like, It's not like a puncture wound.
She said puncturing someone's
blood
body.
gushing out. Yeah. So we were trying to think of some spooky sounds to put in our Halloween shows, which we will have done at this point, but we are going to talk about our costumes. Little last minute inspo in case you guys are celebrating Halloween on the actual day. But we'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll do a big reveal.
Okay. Well, we'll thank our partners and then we'll jump right into it. Thanks to Article for supporting Girls Gotta Eat. Article combines the curation of a boutique furniture store with the ease of shopping online. Article is offering you $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Go to article.com/GGE.
Yes. And this episode is sponsored by Living Proof. For visibly healthier hair, Living Proof makes hair products that are customized to your needs. Right now, take advantage of their biggest sale of the year and get 25% off all orders over $50. Go to livingproof.com/GGE and use code GGE25 at checkout.
You said costume different before. You corrected this time. Costumes. Say costume.
Costume.
Costume. Like COSTOMB, like a tomb.
What are you saying?
Costume.
Costume?
Not costume.
You're saying costume.
You're saying costume.
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 What are you saying?
There's not an MB at the end of it. Costume. Costume.
There's not a Y.
Costume.
Costume?
Do you guys hear the difference? Costume.
Costume. Yes. You're adding like a Y.
Costume. That doesn't sound.
Tessa, can you weigh in on this? Costume?
Costume.
You're adding the Y.
Just now, making fun
How
of
do
her.
you say it?
Okay, here, let me go. Costume.
Costume.
You guys are both saying it correctly now.
No.
Costume.
Costume.
Tume. Yes, costume.
I think it's her list.
It's not her list, but she's just. I'm saying it hard. Costume. Just tomb. TUME. Like
It's
plume,
my speech
tomb,
impediment.
fume. Actually, you're saying it like fume. Costume.
How it's spelled?
You're adding like another
Costume. Costume. Costume.
Now that's just,
Costume.
yeah, that's it. Costume.
Listen, it's my speech impediment. I can't get there. Anyways, we just got back. As we're recording this, we're going. But as of today, we just got back from Portland, Vancouver, and Seattle for Halloween shows. Thank you guys for coming and for dressing up. I'm sure that it was really fun.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about our costumes?
Yes, our costumes.
Now you're saying it correctly.
I corrected.
Okay. Well, yes, we did 3 different themes. We tried to combine our costumes to align with each other. And the first night in Portland, we did a Barbie theme. So I did the original Barbie, like the black and white bathing suit with the heels and the weird curly little bangs.
Did you get your bang?
And the sunglasses. Yeah. It was a journey, but I figured it out.
Okay. I'm so excited to see it. And mine was kind of a journey too. I got workout Barbie, but then I realized you're going to be in heels and I'm going to be in sneakers the whole show. And then we talked about me doing rollerblades, but I was going to rollerblade off the stage. Also, I don't know how to rollerblade.
Yeah.
So I went with Cowgirl Barbie and I love it so much. It's so comfy. It's just like PJs.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably like, again, we're kind of before the shows, but I'm sure we're going to see a lot of like that specific Barbie or all the Barbies. And then we had a Ken stripper. So it's weird to talk about this in like it hasn't happened yet, but that was one theme. And then in Seattle, we did pop singers. I did Beyonce. I couldn't decide which Beyonce to do, but I just feel like from the Renaissance tour, the jumpsuit with like the hands over it, and then did a kind of long, like blondish ombre wig and Yeah.
I've wanted to do Madonna like a virgin for so long. I feel like it's like not the most unique. I see it every year, but like I just love it with all the pearls and the jewelry and everything. And I made a belt that says fuck, and because you're supposed to say boy toy, but I couldn't find one in time, so I did that. I am just like so amped over the moon about these two costumes. I think they're gonna be so fun. And then for Vancouver, or just these like naughty costumes. So I was a ringleader, which I'm really excited about. It's like tassels, and Tess and I went on a whole journey looking for jewelry for it.
And I decided to do a dominatrix. So I did like this bodysuit and just tights with it and like thigh high black boots and like the riding crop. And this is like really funny. This is what I had wanted to tell you. So I ordered this stuff from Fashion Nova, which they just have easy shipping, really inexpensive stuff, all this like slutty stuff, whatever. Like I appreciate the brand. And Tessa, sometimes like she'll run errands and stuff for us, and like she'll take our Goodwill donation bags, like drop them off. And I'm always like, you can get in there if you want anything, because like we have nice stuff that like we're not wearing sometimes. Like one day she was wearing this like really nice tube top, and I'm like, where'd you get that? She was like, from your bag. I was like, oh right. Like it was this nice like ALC tube top I'd like never worn. So I was like telling her that I like bought like a bunch of different sizes from the Fashion Nova items, and they were all like final sale. I didn't even realize so much stuff on their site is final sale, all bodysuits, all shoes, accessories, like whatever.
Oh, it wasn't like a costume. It was just clothing.
Yeah, it was just clothing. Okay. Yeah. So I was just telling her that I bought all the stuff that like I have to basically donate now. And I had died thinking about Tessa dipping into there, pulling out my dominatrix bodysuit.
Wait, the one that's like backless and just has your
like
butt cheeks
a cutout in the middle, and she just like wears it to work.
Tessa.
We were laughing so hard. I was like, if you just showed up in my like slutty dominatrix thing. She's like, I found this in the donation pile. I just wanted to wear it to work. Like,
she gaslights us like, what? It's a work outfit. You gave it to me.
We were just laughing so hard thinking about her showing up with like, it has like a leather thing, and it's like a full like stomach cutout. It has like straps along your butt cheeks.
Well, you sent me a nude in it.
Yeah, I was trying it on, and Sparkle Eyes was sleeping, and I was like, I got to show this to somebody. I sent it to him to wake up too, but I also sent it to you.
Because I was up. Yes.
Yeah.
Tessa, you should wear it to the shows this weekend.
Tessa just dresses like me.
The whole company is just dominatrix themed for the weekend. I can't wait to see you wear it. Are you going to wear it, Tessa?
I think it's too small. It's a bodysuit.
Well, I got 2 different sizes.
I only saw one bodysuit in there.
Well,
no, this is a new fresh bag I haven't even given to you yet. It's my car right now.
Oh, it's a fresh bag. Okay. All right. Well, stay tuned, you guys. Fresh bag.
There's some good stuff in this last haul, so get in there. I just thought that was like really funny. But again, we're doing this before we head off, but I'm sure these shows were so great, and we just love Halloween. Yeah, it's always fun to do holiday shows.
We're planning 2024 Halloween right now.
Yeah.
But we only have a couple more shows till the end of the year, and then as we mentioned, we aren't really doing much touring in 2024. So we will see you this week in starting San Francisco, followed by LA and San Diego the following week. But we're really excited. These shows just get wilder and wilder. You guys just participate even more. It's really such a blast. So if you're new here, come on out. It's nothing like the podcast. It's just a wild, crazy evening. And you can grab tickets at girlsgotta.eat.com.
Yeah, San Diego, I think, is like really almost sold out. It probably is by the time this airs, but we still have some tickets left for LA, which is our hometown show. We're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then San Francisco, we just booked the most incredible opener to kick off the show. So excited. Really blew the budget out on that one, but it's going to be worth it. So get those tickets, the Masonic. It's incredible. LA, we're at the Ace Hotel Theater, which we have not done before. We always did the Wilturns. This is going to be new, fresh show. Everything's always fresh. And like, you never know what's going to happen because we never know what's going to happen. So we can't wait to see you guys at these home state shows.
When you were at home state, I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, we live in California.
Halloween, home state, holiday. Those are the 3 themes for the rest of the year.
Friends, family, football.
Friends, family, faith, football. Trish.
I added friends.
Friends. No, sorry. Yeah, why did I say friends? Faith, family, football. That's what we do in the fall.
Well, I'm really excited. And next week we have a great new launch for Vibes Only. If you guys are new here, Ashley and I have a premium line of sex toys and a connected app. So all of the toys Bluetooth connect, and there is a remote control for free. And so we're coming out with new flavors of our blow gel next week for the holiday season and a brand new toy. So we're really excited. You guys can sign up for the newsletter, be the first to know about it, and obviously follow Vibes Only on Instagram.
Yes, we're really excited.
So I had an amazing weekend. I did nothing. And I was trying to go to the Steelers game, but I didn't end up getting tickets. But
they did win.
They did win against the Rams, and I love that team. We'll go
Eagles
to
won too.
Together.
The Eagles won against Miami. It was a good weekend.
I was really hoping the Eagles
Chiefs
were
won
here.
because they are on a streak, which we won't talk about.
I'm so excited. So I didn't do much. You had a really wonderful weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. I love doing nothing. It's my dream. But you had a really great weekend too.
Yeah, it was Sparkle Eye's birthday weekend. So he came out here and I just wanted to like plan a bunch of fun stuff and do like we went full send on like the cheesy fall activities. Like we went to a pumpkin patch and we
so crazy to me. 'Cause the weather. I can't get over it.
Actually, we've had some nice cooler days, but that was not one of them. It was 85 degrees in that pumpkin patch. We were like, is this for real?
I was driving down the street and I saw a photo of you guys there. You sent me one and I was like, it's so hot out.
We just still wanted to do it.
It's great. I mean, that's how people here live. It's weird.
But you do get sometimes those nice cooler weather days.
In Venice, yeah.
Yeah. So we did this pumpkin patch and then we did like one of the outdoor movies. We saw The Ring. We packed like
Which
a little.
you've never seen before.
Oh, I never saw The Ring. We packed a nice little girl dinner and some pumpkin beers and like went to this outdoor movie, which I love doing that in LA. It's called Cinespia. They have one in the Hollywood Cemetery, which we did as like a girls' night. Saw The Devil Wears Prada. It was so incredible. This was the downtown one. So you get like downtown skyline views and you like bring your blankets and your food and drinks and stuff like that. And you can also get food and drinks there. We just love it. It's just like such a fun LA thing to do.
Amazing.
This is an ad for Cinespia, but they
Should be.
are.
They did Harry Potter the other night.
Yeah.
I love it there so much.
Yes, they did the Harry Potter one in that cemetery.
I tried to get you to go, but you already planned. Sparkle Eyes and I bond over Harry Potter because you don't care about it.
I'm not part of culture. So we did that. And then we did an overnight trip in Malibu. I just thought it would be fun to do like a little getaway staycation, if you will. So stayed at this really incredible place, had dinner at Nobu and walked on the beach and just, you know, had all the sex, did all the things.
Yeah.
It's just like very romantic. Like this Malibu Beach Inn is right on the water. Like they'd upgraded us to an oceanfront room. I was just like, this is unbelievable. This feels like just a dream.
Yeah, I wish you would have planned that weekend for me.
Me and you, yeah. And then we did like a group thing at this place, Elefante, and you came and like our friends came. We had
Andrew Collin, who was from last week's episode, came.
Yeah, Andrew Collin. They never even met. I was like, you'll like Andrew.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Andrew's gonna come.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. I love to plan, and it was
Big
just
planner.
really nice to like plan, and then like he had to let me pay for stuff. Like he doesn't let me pay, and I got to like treat. Like I love doing that.
I think it's great. We were talking about gifts for like somebody's birthday and like how much you have to buy them. But like I really prefer something like this. I prefer an experience from somebody. I prefer like the thought that goes into picking a hotel, picking a restaurant I'm gonna like. I'm not a big gifty person. Like I don't want stuff as much as I want like a really well thought out thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of like went off. I mean, I got him gifts too. We were talking about sunglasses and he like mentioned he used to have a pair that he lost. And so I got him like sunglasses. Then I got him a cute mug that I bought from in Austin. Then I found this Cabo coffee company. Like we both always talk about coffee. We love coffee. And I was like, what's like a coffee? I could get him coffee beans, but like that are meaningful. So Cabo, you got him a nice gift.
I did.
Right. Your gift was like really, I feel like it was better than mine.
Yeah, it was better than an entire weekend in Malibu and all these
No,
reservations.
like the actual gift was just so cute and thoughtful.
Well, it's just so. I was like, "What is he like?" Okay, he likes cars. He likes Ashley. So I always give people framed photos. That's just like my. I've gotten it for your family.
Oh,
so
you're
many
right. That is your
times.
thing.
I get it for you all the time. Like I think it's just the easiest, most thoughtful thing. You have to like get a picture developed. You got to like buy a frame. It is thoughtful. And so I put A&S stickers on it for Sparkle Eyes, and they were sparkly stickers. And then I was like, he likes cars. So I had to go to multiple stores. I was trying to find Hot Wheels cars to glue on the frame. And Saturday night, I went to Michael's at like 8 p.m. to get him Hot Wheels cars to glue it on the frame. And I finally found it at Walgreens the next day. I was excited to do something nice for him.
It was really cute. It was this picture of me and him and Azul on the beach, and then this like Hot Wheel glued to it. I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. He likes two things, Ashley and cars.
Ashley and cars. And I was like, do you like the kind of car I picked? And he was like, we'll work on it for next year. And I appreciate that about him. He still had to give me a knock. But yeah, I mean, I always go frame, and it was really fun. And this crazy thing happened. Okay, so you got a cake from Milk Bar. We love Milk Bar so much, and you were just like, it's also just for me because I love Milk Bar. So we brought it to Elefante. We had them cut it. It was real nice. They put it in a box, the rest of it for you to take home. But the photo you sent me inside the box was so crazy. So you had gone out and bought happy birthday candles. Every single letter was a candle. So you stuck all these spikes all over the cake. So I don't know how many letters happy birthday is, but it's a bunch. And we gave them the cake to like box it up. And the photo you sent me had every candle thrown in. And I bring up that it's a lot of different ones because each one was on a spike.
The cake was also in two. Like we ate half
Cracked
this
in half,
cake.
yes. So-
Somebody had a problem.
It's not like a cheap cake.
It felt like a real violation
Not on purpose.
to me and Sparkle Eyes and Milk Bar. I've never seen someone just wreck a cake like that. Like I've never seen that. Heather McMahon DM'd me and she was like, call the cops.
It looked violent.
It looked violent. And I just love that Heather was like, 911. There's been a murder. Like
literally. But like, I feel like it would only happen in LA because people are like, they're not going to eat that.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
That was crazy, obviously. But someone said,
It's funny when somebody says, let me ask you this, and they make a statement.
well, someone in my DMs, because I post this on my story. Also, it's on my feed. It's like the last picture of this carousel of he and me. And it's like the text I had sent to you and another girlfriend. But I also did a story about it and was just like, I just wanted to elaborate on what the fuck was this. And someone said, some people think that you should leave the cake for the staff. And someone was mad that you didn't or something. But first of all, I am going to eat it. That's an expensive cake. I want the cake. I didn't think we were leaving food for people, and especially in a post-COVID world. Like, to me, that's leftovers. Like, because you know me, Raina, I love to give food away. Like, we've had people bring us like so many cupcakes, and then I've brought them down to the hotel staff, or like we'll leave stuff at the venues. Like we leave alcohol. Like we had those pizzas left over in Chicago. We want to give, like, I am down for that, but I did not think that restaurant workers were eating people's leftover cake. I didn't think that was the thing that was happening.
Okay, I'd like to speak up as somebody who worked most of her life in restaurants. I started working in restaurants at 14. I worked in restaurants for 14 years. So did you. I worked in every position. I managed them. I was bartender. I was waitress. I did literally everything. I went to culinary school. I am fully ingrained in the culture. I've never heard of this before.
Okay.
And yes, I would happily leave something for the staff if they wanted it. Also, that guy came to the table twice. He didn't deserve it. He came to the table twice in like 3 hours of us being there. And you pay a cake cutting fee.
I did pay a fee. It was like $5 a person.
Yes, so there's you tip on top of that.
Yeah, like of course we always over tip, but yeah, I bought this whatever $70 cake, $5 a person to eat it, and then
They think it was that they're trolling us for not.
no, someone just said again. She wasn't saying I did anything wrong. She was just like,
funny.
do you think this was because you didn't leave it for the staff? And I was like, I didn't know that was the thing. And I will say this though, I hate to waste food. Again, if I can give it away, I will. I'm going to eat the rest of that cake this week. Do not get it twisted. But I have seen people leave a full Milk Bar cake like on a table in a restaurant, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what a waste. And I never once thought like staff would eat that. I just didn't think they'd even want that
Listen, I ate some gross stuff off people's plates back in the
off their plate. Listen, I was eating
when I was
in the kitchen. I was in the fry bin.
When I was like in college, if somebody left like some lobster or scallop on their plate, I definitely did it. And don't even act like that was the worst thing I put in my body in college, okay?
No.
I put disgusting things in my body. The men and the drugs that went inside my body from the ages of like 18 until last week.
You were eating off
all
people's
of that
plates.
is worse than eating a piece of lobster off. So, like I really think about it. Yeah, I definitely did. I'm not even gonna lie. I totally did.
Yeah.
But in a post-COVID world, I didn't think that we were doing that. Also, even Sparkle Eyes said, do you want me to blow out the candles? I'm going to blow all over this cake. Like, even he was like, I know one of you has had sex with me today. And do you mind if I blow on this?
Yeah.
So, no, I didn't really think to leave it for the staff. No offense. I'll do anything. I over-tip no matter what. That cake is too expensive.
I know I don't need to defend myself, but I like to be clear.
I'm
I do
defending
not like to
myself.
waste food, and I do like to give it to people
You're
if
gonna
we
eat that
can.
shit.
Like when we leave our green room and there's stuff left over, I'm like, can we offload this? Take the alcohol, take the stuff, take the pizzas, whatever. But yes, I never thought of that. And yeah, I like feel like I'm living free outside of a post-COVID world, but I still think we have some things left over. And to me, like eating people's leftover food is not something that is going to fly now. And I don't think even before that, like when I worked in restaurants, I was not eating off people's plates, but I was all up in like when I worked at the Rusty Rudder and Do Eat, like I was
Leftover
all up in the
drinks.
Fry Guys all the time. Just like fries this, fries that. They called like Corey and me the Fry Monsters.
Did you eat the fries on people's plates before they went out to people's tables?
No.
I did.
What is it? Raina.
Just like a french fry here and there.
Off people's plates?
Yeah. What are they going to do about it?
You know what you can't ever be is a Postmate.
A waitress?
Because you'd be in your car eating out of people's bags.
I don't understand how that doesn't happen more often.
Well, I just thought somebody got caught. Like on the security camera eating someone's food in their car. I'd be so fucking mad.
I would definitely be doing that. And I also like sometimes it takes like a little too long. And I'm like, I know what you're doing. I
What?
can see your car parked.
You think they're eating your food?
I know you're going through my food.
No. Stop. Don't say that. I'm going to start thinking that.
I think that all the time, but I just try to block it out. I don't want to know. I can't know about it. I did some fucked up shit when I was a waitress. I also had like sex at the restaurant and just like went back out there and waited on people, probably with like dick stuff still on my hand.
Yeah.
Also known as semen.
Dick stuff? What?
I just did terrible things when I worked in restaurants.
Everybody's doing it.
But I wasn't throwing 45 burnt out candles on spikes into somebody's cake. Also, you know how I feel about like getting shrimp tails off of like anything? I don't want shrimp tails in my food.
Yeah.
I don't want a bunch of littered candles in my cake I got to pick out one by one.
On YouTube, we'll put the picture up of this cake. Like when I opened that box, I gasped. It really felt aggressive. It felt like an assault.
It felt violent. It inspired me to send a GIF.
Which, yeah, so this is,
you know, I don't send gifts. I don't believe in them. I think you should make a joke and I think you should make it funny. But I felt inspired to send like an, oh my God, GIF. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, I sent it to you and Anushka and I was like, what are you guys good over there? Like, what happened? And she was like, what the fuck? And you just wrote like, not the candles with the Jonah Hill.
I think it's from Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall
grips
Street,
his face.
So anyway, weigh in, you guys. We'd love to hear, leave a comment on YouTube if you leave cake behind or if you've ever assaulted a cake for a guest at a restaurant and why.
I forgot about blowing candles out until he offered to not do it. And all of us would be like, no, do it.
So
Put your spit all over the
he
cake.
did a great job. He's just like great at everything.
He did a great job of blowing out the candle.
Because Andrew Collins' birthday, spit went flying.
Well, he is a crazy lesbian. He is a huge speech impediment, a lazy mouth.
We have this video
Like me.
of him blowing out. I think we had like multiple desserts. Something happened. We went to his like sushi dinner, remember, for Andrew Collins' birthday.
Yeah.
And the way he blew, I think he blew to be funny, but he blew so hard. And you could hear you in my Instagram story going, Andrew, we wanted to eat that. Like it's this perfect thing of you being like, Andrew.
I don't remember.
And I never thought about it till after that.
Until after Sparkle Eyes did such a good job.
Until
of
after
blowing out the
Andrew.
candles.
And then he asked, and the first thing came to my mind was Andrew spitting, and we still ate it.
Definitely. I would still eat it. I would eat a Sparkle Eyes spit all over. What do I care?
Well,
Again,
yeah, I
I
definitely
put
would.
disgusting stuff in my body. Who cares?
Okay. So, Raina, tell us what you've been consuming. Content-wise.
Thank you. I am so excited for reading these little fairy books. It's A Court of Thorns and Roses. And so our friend Alyssa, who we're going to have on the podcast.
Publicity, and she just launched a tea brand.
Yes.
You guys should check it out. Tea with Publicity.
Really cool packaging.
Yes, we
Really,
loved
really
it.
awesome. And we'll have her on. We'll talk about it later. But she was reading this book and she was just like, I love it so much. And I was just like, I don't know if it's for me. I loved Harry Potter, read every book. I'm obsessed with the movies. I loved The Hunger Games. I never got into Twilight. Lord of the Rings is fine. But I'm not seeking out those books at this time.
Fantasy,
I'm no longer
yeah.
seeking out fantasy books. Also, I have a hard time. I don't want to have to imagine them. Like, make me the
Okay.
movie. Just make the movie for me.
Okay.
I don't want to envision what all these things are. But anyways, I put it on my Instagram story and people went wild. It's the most people have ever DM'd me or forwarded around a book that I'm reading. And everyone's like, just trust me. The second book's even better. So I am like so far deep into the second book, A Court of Mist and Fury, I think it's called. It's 700 pages. I cannot put it down. I wake up in the morning. I can't stop reading it. I wake up in the morning excited to read. I go to sleep. I laid in bed last night with a glass of whiskey and my little fairy book and I read a book.
Well, 700 pages, but how many did you skip?
I had to skip ahead 300 pages.
Raina said yesterday, Raina, 300 pages is a whole book.
Well, it's not even half of this book. So I was like, I got to know if these people sleep together. It's literally
People,
killing
or is it
me.
fairies?
Well, they're fairies. Fairy
Also,
people.
I'm sorry. There is a secret underworld of people because
Actually, every person that we have
Yes.
ever come into contact with has messaged me and been
I
like,
know.
oh no, I already crushed every people. All the men
no
that I've
one
dated,
is talking about this.
tons of men.
Boys?
Our videographer is listening to it at the same time that I'm reading it. My ex is listening to it.
Your ex?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Bodyguard one. Read the
Nina-
whole series.
No, he didn't.
Whole series.
No.
He was like, oh, I read that entire series years
No,
ago.
he didn't.
Yes, he
He
did.
can read?
He loves fantasy.
He reads. He does Audible. Raina. That guy can't read.
Yes, he can. You think he's too sexy to read?
Be honest.
I am being honest, Ashley.
Raina, he's doing audiobooks.
No, he's not. I've seen
While
him
he's
read.
on a boat
I've
in the
seen
middle
him
of
read
nowhere.
a book. Okay, he has a weird thing. He only likes really weird stuff, like little girl stuff. Like,
Okay.
you look at him and he looks like he could murder you. He likes the ballet and the symphony and like Lord of the Rings
And that
fantasy
show
books.
about those little Irish girls.
The Derby
Dairy
girls, Dairy
girls.
girls. That's the kind of shit he likes. And he said to me, he was like, men have to pretend they don't like this stuff because they think it's like manly, but I don't have to pretend
'Cause I look like this.
I look like this. And I was like, oh,
That
fair.
guy just on the beach reading a 700-page little fairy book. I'm dying with the visual. Are you back into him now because of this?
Well, I knew he was like into that stuff. I specifically told him I have a book rec for you.
Okay.
He was like, I crushed that whole series.
How many are there?
5.
Oh,
5 or 6.
jeez.
Ashley, who works for us, is like, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Like, she's also just like such a hard ass.
Okay, people are keeping this under wraps. There
Wraps.
is like an underbelly in America.
Of little fairy fantasy
fairy
books. I'm telling you. And like, it's not because it's so smutty. There's one sex scene in the whole first book. There isn't a sex scene in the second book until like 529 pages into the book.
Oh my gosh. Raina knows the page number.
I do because I skipped to it. Somebody sent us a whole email. She is so excited. She said the second book's fairy smut is wild. She goes on to talk about it. Literally fucking crazy in the absolute best way. Once you start smoking the Sarah J. Maas crack, you really can't stop. People are obsessed with this book series. I don't know that I'd recommend it for you. I don't see it for you. I don't see it for me even. Here's what
I don't know. I think I just like, I'm curious what like it makes it so different than other types of like quote unquote smut or like will they won't they type stories. Like again, I'm not really into the fantasy. Like I loved the first Twilight movie and then I saw the others and they were just like fine for me. And I think I read like one book. But these just aren't the kind of books I do.
It's not, first of all, that smutty. Like,
Okay.
again,
I don't care about that.
I'm not like really giving a spoiler, but like there is really no sex in the second book for like 500 pages.
Well, what's
and then
the
she,
appeal?
And then she has sex with this guy, and then she's like, his cock twitched. His cock twitch came out of nowhere.
Are
You made
these
us wait-
people or fairies?
people fairies?
They have body parts or like
fairies.
wings?
Okay, you know in Lord, if you ever watched Lord of the Rings?
No.
Ashley. Like, okay, Lord of the Rings, the elves are like full-grown giant people
Oh,
with
okay.
pointy ears.
Got it.
This is fairy people. They're just called fairy people.
Are they small?
No, they're huge.
Do
They're
they
like,
live in their own
powerful.
world or they live amongst
This is
humans?
a dystopian society where, like, on one side of the world is all the fairy people and there's all these kingdoms, and on the other side, like, only one of the communities has wings. They're just like people that walk around.
Okay, got it.
Honestly, it's a disservice to the book to call them fairies. Just like call it something else.
Okay, well, they spelled it differently.
Yeah, that's her contribution to uniqueness. She's like, I spelled it different.
Yeah.
There's nothing that unique about it. I'll be honest. I like the writing. I think it's like a good book, but I feel like they took all the best parts of Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and The Hunger Games, and they're just like, use it all.
Okay.
Just take all that stuff and put it in a book. I like the writing. I do think it's really good.
Well, that matters. I mean, because like I couldn't read 50 Shades. That writing I felt was pretty
But did you?
poor.
Did you read?
I couldn't get through it. I couldn't get past the writing. I think I read most of the first book. I was like, I can't with this. It's like, I don't know, 6th grade reading level,
Yeah. Just wanted to be
which for me
accessible
was
to
when I
everybody.
was 8.
Here's what is really funny to me about this genre, because I haven't really read it in a long time. And I was talking to Alyssa about it because she's my fairy person. Is that there's like all these plot holes, and they don't bother to tie them up because it's just like there's fairy people walking around, and it's like there's talking animals, and they're like, "What are you gonna do about it? We have to tie up these plot holes."
Yeah.
So like this half of the kingdom is immortal. So all these immortal people, but people die all the time.
Okay.
And I'm like, there's kind of a disconnect for me that you call them all immortal, but they die like all the time.
Right. They're
People
like, what are you
get
going to do? Call us
like-
out for being unrealistic?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
And then the couple in the second and the first, she's 19. The protagonist is 19, and all these men are immortal, and they've been around for like 500 years.
Ew.
So like the love story, when you really like zoom out and think about it, even though it just seems like two people that are sort of around the same age, is a 19-year-old and a 500-year-old man.
Gross. Predatory. I don't want to read this little book.
And she like got mad at this one guy for like not defending her against his friend, and she like stormed off. And I'm like, they've known each other for 500 years, and they met you last week. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then the Britney Spears book came today.
Yes.
Thank God we've been gifted with it, and it might as well be 3 pages. It's so small, so I'll get through that quick.
Yeah, you're going to fly through that.
I'm gonna give it to you as soon as I'm done.
Okay, well, let's take a quick break and then we'll get into our topic. I'm going to tell you about Living Proof. Okay, so these are the products that we're obsessed with. I take hair care very seriously, especially once we moved to LA and like the water is different and products are more important than ever to keep my hair looking to a point where I feel okay about it. And we all have issues with our hair, whether it's like frizz or we want our hair to be more full. And, you know, thankfully, bad hair days have been few and far between because Living Proof has my back, Raina's back with their products that keep our hair in check. So really there's no one size fits all solution regardless of your hair type, texture, or concern. So they have products that are uniquely formulated to address the root cause of your hair concern, never to just conceal it and cover it up. So we're obsessed with everything that they do. Just go on their site and figure out what you want to fix, what your issue may be. If you don't have any issues, you know, just everything's great for you. You just pick their like, you know, perfect hair day shampoo and conditioner and their products and call it a day. But I use their full line. I usually use the full shampoo. I do want my hair to be like fuller and thicker, and I have lost some thickness over the years. And then I usually do either the full conditioner or the Restore conditioner. I feel like you use the Restore line.
I use the Restore line, and we travel with it. I use the dry shampoo. It's the best dried shampoo that exists.
Yeah, the dry shampoo. I use a thickening cream. I use their mousse. I mean, their hairspray. I love the hairspray in the black bottle. Bring that on the road. I have travel sizes and everything. I cannot live without everything that they do for all your hair care needs. I've talked before about getting the frizz line for my mom and my sister-in-law. She has like really thick hair, and my mom has always battled frizzy hair, and this has like changed the game for her. And you can just get online, take their hair care quiz. It's going to analyze your hair care needs and styling goals, and then use their first to market technology to help customize the right hair care routine for you. So if this sounds overwhelming, you're like, well, I don't know what I need. They're going to do the work for you.
Yes.
And again, we cannot endorse this line more. It's what we use exclusively. And from now until the end of November, Living Proof is having their biggest sale of the year. You can get 25% off all orders over $50. And if you spend over $75, you can also get a free full-size dry shampoo. Oh, it's going to change your life if you've never used it. And if you spend more than $100, you'll get a free jumbo-size dry shampoo. So this is the time to shop Living Proof. Make changes, stock up on what you already have, switch to Living Proof from your other product line, and take advantage of Living Proof's biggest sale of the year now. Go to livingproof.com/GGE and use the code GGE25 at checkout to get in on these deals before it's too late. That's livingproof.com/GGE and then use code GGE25 at checkout.
Yes. And you guys know I'm obsessed with home design and how I decorated my house. And Article was really helpful in doing that. Article believes in delightful design for every home. And thanks to their online only model, they have some really delightful pieces too. So I really love this website. They've a whole curated assortment. So whatever your taste is, they have mid-century modern, coastal, industrial, Scandi, and boho designs to make furniture shopping simple. Because it's all online and you can't go to a store, you might be thinking, how do I know how it's going to look in my house? But they have an amazing website and they have tons of photos of everything and how people have styled their homes. So I love the way that everything is already laid out for you. Their team of designers are all about finding the perfect balance of style, quality, and price. It looks so fantastic. And, you know, sometimes you just look at a room, I want to make a suggestion, and you think like it just needs something. Headboards or something I think can like tie a whole bedroom together.
Yeah.
And if you're just like, I don't really like this style here, but I don't know what to do. Headboards are perfect, and I really like theirs. There's this one, Kuva, Kouva, that is built-in shelving, so that's perfect for places, especially like New York City, where you have smaller apartments, and you want to add shelving to your room. So this really just adds like a really nice chic touch to any bed.
Headboard. Yeah. Their accessories are so great. My couch is darker, and I was like, I need like the perfect white cream-colored throw pillows, and I got those boucle.
Mm-hmm.
You love a boucle?
I love a boucle. Can't get enough.
They have the best pillows, but all their stuff. I have the patio furniture, and they have the best site out there in terms of like, this is what you should do to style it. And it feels like doable and attainable.
Totally. I feel like it can feel really unattainable to have a really stylish home, and they really help you to do that through photos. They offer fast, affordable shipping across the US and Canada. Plus, they won't leave you waiting around. You pick the delivery time and they'll send you updates every step of the way. Really nice experience. Article is offering you $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/GGE and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/GGE for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Okay, so we're talking about nudes today.
I really had fun trying to think about like who I've accidentally sent nudes to and like what situations ensued.
Okay, so we are going to talk about it, but I wanted to read the email that really inspired this episode topic. And I guess I'm just going to like give it away in the subject line because it was so good. And obviously it was like, oh, we have to read that. The subject line is accidental nudes to my couples therapist.
Insane.
I know. I was like, what happened here? So she writes, hello, my GGE big sisters. I had the most mortifying thing happen to me, and all I can think of was how Ashley and Raina would eat this up. My boyfriend and I were going to our first couples therapy session on Saturday, and on Thursday night, we had gotten to a bit of an argument over text. I thought the texts were a great example of what we wanted to work on in therapy, so I screen recorded our conversation and sent it to her via email. She replied like normal and also agreed it was a good example. The next day, I sent my bestie the same screen recorded video of me and my boyfriend's text convo and asked for her thoughts on the way I had communicated. And her reply was, well, we have gone 20 years without me seeing your vag. Didn't think today would be the day. In which I replied very confused, and she so kindly brought it to my attention that in the screen recording, I'd recorded not one, not two, but 3 full nudes that I'd sent my boyfriend after our argument had ended. I wish I could say it was just a titty pic or I was in a bra, but no. They were top tier, X-rated, fully nude pics that, of course, had to include full puss. Yes.
This girl's an icon. She's like, I'm going to win this fight.
I know. There's so many layers to this. She said, yes, I know that it's rogue of me to send a full puss pic, but we've been dating for a while in our long distance, so you got to do what you got to do to keep it spicy. I hear you, girl. Well, I appreciate her playing it cool. I felt like I had to say something, so I fired off an email apologizing to the therapist, not her best friend, and telling her how embarrassed I was. Her reply via email was great and said it was no biggie, and she stopped watching when the text got spicy. And then in our therapy session, when it came up again, she made a funny joke about how fire I looked, and we all had a good laugh. But I did high key, want to die a little bit walking up to the office knowing this woman has pretty much looked into my soul via my pussy. Anyway, she learned a lot via those texts, our communication cycle, and that I for sure send nudes to help reduce that awkward feeling after a disagreement.
I cannot believe this wasn't a whole topic in therapy, that she wasn't like, good for you, girl. You escalate a fight and then you de-escalate a fight.
That's how you de-escalate?
Seriously, you get a bunch of blood to rush to their penis and you have won the fight. This girl is an icon.
Have you
Sent a nude to end a fight?
Yes, is this your move? I have a lot of questions for you today.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
That's the first one.
No, I have never sent a nude. I know this is going to surprise a lot of people. I don't send like a ton of nudes. Like, I'm more of a phone sex.
You're more of a put them on your own Instagram.
Yes.
You don't need to send them.
It's the most engagement I've ever gotten. I posted this photo of myself covered in paint this weekend. This amazing artist, Camille Hunt.
I love it so much.
I want you to do it so badly.
I do. I definitely want to do it. Sparkle Eyes was like, can you do that?
I would love it if you did it. I'll just give her like a quick little plug. One of our listeners reached out and said, I think you guys would really like this.
Yeah, I think they might have reached out to me too. I mean, when we were talking so early on, right when we moved here, about the type of art we wanted in our home, I mentioned like sexy silhouette. Yeah, that's when people sent her to us. Yeah.
Yes. So her name is Camille Hunt. She's based in Brooklyn, but it was a really crazy experience because I met her and I just got butt naked and she painted me and then she lowers you into the positions. So like it's a whole print of my back and she grabbed my hands and lowered me into it. I'm just full puss out.
Yeah.
Under this total stranger I met 5 minutes ago. But she was absolutely incredible. It's a great gift to yourself or to somebody else or to your significant other. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't send a ton of nudes. I'm more of a FaceTime sex, phone sex, sexting. I'll do it, but it's like the last thing that I do.
Okay.
Are you a huge, when you're long distance? Yes. I'm definitely doing it more when I'm long distance.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about like more subtle nudes. Like I don't need like full nudity, full puss, but no judgment. I will be like fully naked, but like there is a mirror, and I love to take photos in sexy hotel rooms.
Same.
Like when we picked back up on the tour after the summer and I'm with Sparkle Eyes, I was like, get ready. Because nothing I love more than taking hotel nudes.
You're really an icon at it.
So we were, I think Dallas, we stayed at the Thompson in Dallas, and they had this mirror. The mirror was like, it had stuff all over it. It wasn't like an actual
I know
mirror.
what you're talking about. I don't know what that's called. San Francisco had that too on
Like
the mirror.
it might look like it's like cracked, or like it just has a design on the mirror. So you can see in it, but it's not a mirror you would ever look into like do your makeup or anything. So I just took like a full nude in
like
there.
Frosted with stuff.
Yes. And I've like the shower one that I'm so proud of. Like I am fully naked, but there's something else to it. So it's like a little bit more covered up. But we send photos back and forth all the time, like sexy photos, like, you know, here's what I look like today. I mean, I think you're long distance, you do that like a lot more, but I don't know that it will be that couple that it's like, here's my full pussy.
So that's where it's nothing to do with trust.
No,
I've never
not
dated, I've
judgment.
trusted.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I feel like I send a lot of sexy pics that are like suggestive, but like pussy hole out, fingers in it. I'm a big fan of the like reach your fingers into your underwear and like mime masturbating, but like whatever, do whatever you guys want. It's just, but when I'm like horny, I'm ready to have phone sex. Like I want to just do it.
Yeah. And I sent him one when he was just like, usually we shower together, not every single time. I would say like 80% of the time, but this was like one of the times he's visited me and he was just like, I don't know, he was on the couch, he was like watching football or something and I went to go take a shower and I just sent like a nude from the bathroom.
That is really funny.
And, like sure enough, he wandered in. Eventually, that's how you lure someone away from football into the bathroom. But I wanted to ask you this also because we're talking about sending accidental nudes today to like the wrong person. Have you done this by accident but on purpose? Like, have you ever sent a sexy pic to someone that you're trying to get their attention and then been like, oh, sorry, wrong person? Because that seems like something you would do. And I'll explain why.
I haven't, but that's not past me. And I think it is really funny to send a nude to somebody and be like, sorry, that wasn't for you. That is hilarious. If you are like in a relationship with somebody who like is situation shipping you until the end of time, send them a nude and be like, sorry, that wasn't for someone else.
I love that move.
I love it.
I'm obsessed with that.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. That was for someone else.
Obsessed with this move.
Also, okay, I saw another move that I thought was really good. Outside of news, I'm just going to drop this hint because I saw it. I thought it was so smart. If like a situationship kind of person is like just stringing you along and they're like, I can't make it, text them and say, my plans fell through tonight. I would love to meet you tonight. Like imply that you're confirming another date to that person by accident.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, great. Really
okay,
sneaky.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
To like fuck with them so that they're like, oh, okay, she had another date lined up.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. Your fuckboy situationship is like, hey, no, can't see you tonight. And
Can't
so
make
you
it.
send back a text as if you're sending it to someone else. And it's like, my plans fell through. What's
my
up?
suggestion would be say, oh my God, no worries. Have a good night. And then immediately text them again.
It's got to be immediate.
Yes.
And then just be like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. And do like the red emoji face.
Whoops.
Or you try to edit it just to like even double down on your lie. You try to unsend it after you know they've seen it.
I love this move. It's a fun, fucked up move.
Okay, I love that.
Okay, but yes, the accidental nude to somebody else, you know I would do some shit like that, but no, I have not. I really have not sent a totally, fully accidental nude, I don't think. Sexts, yeah, stuff I didn't mean to send.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, I'm really careful about this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I think some of the submissions we're going to read today are people that are like living so much more chaotic than I would. Like I am making sure that's going to the right person. But I also think there is an element of when you're feeling yourself and doing this, you might be drinking. You know, like I, especially like when I was younger, like I remember this one guy I would always send sexy pics to. I was like usually drinking, come home drunk, do that kind of stuff. But something I used to do that was kind of crazy. And I had one of my girlfriends got her doing this too. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but early days of Instagram, I would like do a sexy pic because you could filter it. Like this is before Facetune and stuff. And you would take a sexy pic and you'd be like, oh, I just wish I looked like Tanner or like different or whatever. So I would like put it on Instagram and post it and then delete it right away. And I don't know why I was doing that because couldn't I have screenshotted it? But I think I just wasn't thinking. And I would put something through Instagram and try to delete it right away. And I kind of like taught my girlfriend this trick just to make it look better. You know, we have this weird like sepia tones and like
yeah, but maybe you had to post it to get it to be the right size or something because you couldn't like edit something afterwards.
Yeah, it would like look crazy when you're editing it. So I didn't want to screenshot that. And so I told a girlfriend and she did that trick. She did it for a few times and she was like, oh, this looks so good. I'm doing these like, you know, even black and white or whatever. Like that was early days of Instagram. What else were we using to edit photos? Like an amateur like me. So that was like my editing. And then she did it once and her phone restarted before she could delete it.
Ashley, it's like that time
And
at that concert.
She was like mad at me. And I was like, I didn't force you to do this. I gave you the tools.
And you built the house wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. That is so crazy.
Yes. Yeah, like that happened to us one time.
I was talking so much shit. I meant to just send it to Ashley and I put it on our story.
Yes.
And
not about a person, about a brand.
a big brand.
Yeah.
I just lost service. I was like, I don't know what to do.
We were running around trying to find like Wi-Fi and like an artist tent.
I called the whole thing the trash can. The whole event we were at. Welcome to the trash can.
And
it
just
oh my God.
Posted a photo of like a flaming trash can, dumpster fire. We were panicked.
I was terrified. I was like, this is so bad. I thank God every day. If I believed in God, I would thank God every day that you and I did not have such ready access to camera phones when we were in high school and college and my early 20s. Like, yes, camera phones existed when I was in college, but like not in the form that they are now where you can flip it around, take a front-facing selfie, and then you can edit it, put it through Photoshop.
No.
Like, I thank God because the decisions I would have made would have been so chaotic.
Remember BlackBerry photos? They look like you took them underwater. Like nothing was grainier than a BlackBerry photo.
Nothing. Try to see my naked body. You can't.
You can't. You can't even try. Today it would look artsy. You'd be like, "Oh my God, how'd you do that, BlackBerry?" That had to be the worst camera. I'd rather use a disposable than a BlackBerry. There was no worse
Polaroid.
camera. BlackBerry was like, "What we're gonna do is you're gonna get emails the second someone hits send, but try to take a photo and have it look good." Like I love nothing more than my BlackBerry typing away. The emails came through. Like you know, an
Crushing
iPhone
it.
you got to refresh. They're not immediate. Like BlackBerry had the lock on some things, but not those photos.
I loved my BlackBerry. So I was trying to work hard, but not send nudes hard.
But like I would take pictures of Dewey, and it's like, what even animal kind of is that? Like
I want to see our old BlackBerry. We can't even. I don't
I have
think
a
we're
whole
saved to
Facebook
cloud.
album of
You
like
do?
BlackBerry pics. Yeah, they're
Wow.
just hysterical. They look like they're from the 40s.
You're right. Today would be artsy. She's so different. She's so
Yeah.
emo. I thank God literally every day because the decisions I would have made, and like I used to just get more fucked up.
I know. Like I was always just so drunk in college. Like that's when I would have been making like huge mistakes like this. Like
Yeah.
just one eye open, blackout drunk, trying to like get a guy to come over, like sending something to the wrong person.
Totally.
I would have just been doing that constantly.
I was so in love with my restaurant manager when I worked in Bloomington, Indiana. His name was JD. He
Of
worked-
course
he
it
lived-
was.
he
Not in
was-
Uston?
No, his first name might have been
was
Justin.
I knew it was. You know what his name was Justin Dustin. JD is Justin Dustin. Don't tell me it's not. Rain, I know his name is Justin Dustin. It's like Justin Bobby. It's probably like Justin Damien.
I think it is something like that. He was like in a band. He was from Bloomington, Indiana, and he had a girlfriend. I was so in love with him. I was madly in love with him. And he like managed this Italian restaurant in Bloomington, Indiana. And I just think like the stuff I used to do to try to get his attention like was really thirsty and
Yes.
crazy. And there was nothing that would have stopped 19-year-old me from like firing off a bunch of nudes to that guy.
Yeah, like I'm putting
his girlfriend wouldn't have stopped me.
Yeah. I'm putting whole
Morals?
song lyrics in my AIM away message. You think I wouldn't have sent a nude?
Okay, you remember you would like try so hard to like not move the mouse so somebody would think you were out for so long? I would be like, just give it another 10 minutes. I just need okay, we're relating ourselves. Sorry. I would have made a lot of really bad decisions. So
Totally.
I'm glad. I mean, I still make some now, but less bad.
Can I tell you this one? This is so funny because Louisa sent me this meme and she didn't even know we were doing this topic. Maybe she saw it on the Girls Gotta Eat crowdsourcing. I'd seen this before in some way, shape, or form, but I just think this is a good hack. And the meme says, I accidentally sent my mom a picture of my boobs. So I followed up with a medical question and booked a mammogram. Have you seen that? Like if you accidentally send someone a pictures of your boobs, you can be like, do you think I should get a mammogram? Or if you
So smart.
you send something of your pussy, you're like, sorry, this is for my gyno.
That is so smart.
Yeah.
I sent so many pictures of my boobs to people over the last 2 years. So I had so many boob jobs. And like I was sending like progress pics to everybody. And I'd send them to like you and Meryl and Melanie and everybody. And I would like cover my nipples with like different emojis depending on like the holiday or the season or whatever. Like little pumpkins for Halloween. And there was quite a few times I just forgot the emojis.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Those are my
boobs
friends.
or
What do I
whatever.
care?
Yeah.
Open pussy, I'd have a problem with it.
Yeah. Okay. Should we read some of these submissions?
Well, I thought this was really interesting talking about like, have you ever sent an accidental nude? So
we did a poll.
We did a poll and said, have you ever sent a nude to somebody who was not intended for it? And the results shocked me. 80% of people know I have not.
I know.
80%.
Maybe people are just being more careful.
I think that they really are. I like check it 5 times before I hit send.
Yeah.
And I won't send it from my computer because I've done like mistakes like that before. Just like dragged the wrong photo over to the wrong person. I do have some of my own stories, but I realized somebody was taking nudes of me once. I was on like a FaceTime topless, and you know when you send a photo back to somebody, if you open up your camera roll and like if you select a photo, it still has all the photos across the bottom.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So I was like topless on the phone with somebody. I wasn't like totally naked, but I was topless in bed. And I was FaceTiming with somebody and they sent me a photo of something else, but had forgotten to sort of like switch their settings. And I saw across the whole bottom of the
Oh my
screen,
God.
they'd been taking all these like screenshots of me topless, but I was topless.
So FaceTime tells you when someone takes a photo.
Not to my knowledge, but you can see it sometimes. If
No,
it's like
they
a dark
do.
room.
They tell you. So if you are on FaceTime, because Sparkle does this all the time. He's always like taking photos. Like we both do it. It's like a cute thing. But if you're on FaceTime and you hit the camera down at the bottom, that's how you get the full photo of just
I'm
them.
screenshotting.
But the screenshot, I don't know if it tells you a
It doesn't tell
screenshot.
you.
Okay, but it tells you the photo.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah, it's like he'll just be like, take his photo. Like we do it to like fuck around with each other too. But
Yeah.
and then you get the full photo of them without your face in it.
Oh,
At their live photos. But I guess you're right. It doesn't say screenshot.
but you can see it sometimes. If it's a dark room, you can see it kind of flashing a little bit. Or if your sound's on, you can hear it. So yes, I thought that was like funny. But I don't care. Obviously, I was topless. So.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, you exactly. Yeah, but you don't like. I don't know. I kind of like knowing if someone's taking photos.
Yeah,
of
I'd like
me.
to know.
Yeah.
I'm not topless on a FaceTime with somebody where I'm trying to be demure with them. But yeah, I'd like to be in control of who's taking the photos.
Yeah. Okay. So we wanted to go through some of the ones from our listeners and just talk about these. So many about Snap stories. I mean, most of the submissions were about posting something in your Snap story.
Every day, I'm just like, Snap still exists?
It does.
That's crazy. Do you use
Are you
it?
on Snap?
I mean, I have it, but I only use it for like my
Nudes.
friend.
Yeah, people are still
People are
doing
still
it
out there?
But this
Okay.
probably was also like prior, like years prior.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most I've ever seen people ask and I put on their Snap story or send it to the wrong group of people.
Yeah. Someone said my friend, accidentally sent to my friend, she thought my vagina was a lampshade.
I mean, sometimes you see a nude and you're just like, I don't
What
know what
is
I'm
this?
looking at. There's
Yeah.
so many folds.
Yeah.
Especially a vagina. You're like, what is happening there?
Raina's dad, a few of these. Raina, did anyone airdrop your dad nudes?
No.
This is just a joke.
I think this is a joke.
Okay.
I hope. I don't know. I don't think my dad knows what airdrop is. People probably thought that they were
His is
airdropping. him.
probably always on. My friend that I was in a huge fight with, we hadn't talked for weeks, and this sparked the end. I wonder if it sparked the end of the friendship or sparked the end of the fight.
Of the fight.
Can you imagine fighting with a friend you send a nude?
That's like your last ditch effort. You're like, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her back.
And then my Bible study group leader, hashtag oh God.
Those are the freakiest people that there are. The people that are pretending that they're not all sinning. Okay, I posted on Insta and the guy who ghosted me the previous week messaged to tell me when someone that you do not want to feel humiliated in front of has to tell you you've done something humiliating.
That is so funny. Well, you got him to talk to you.
It was a Polaroid in a book I was donating to my college. The girl chased me down out of the shop. I love this. She was using her Polaroid nude as a bookmark.
As a bookmark. And some girl was like, you want to take this back? This is inappropriate.
She's like, I'm good.
Oh my God. This one, my sister, so she accidentally sent it to her sister, then told her my phone was hacked, and she told me whoever's vag that is looks bad. That is mortifying.
Accidentally airdropped my neighbor 24 nudes. Okay, this happens to me a lot because my neighbor and I are
Happens
just,
to me a lot.
there's only like a wall between us of like inches. And every time I go to airdrop something in the morning for work, it always comes up. And I'm
just do it.
You know what I'm usually working on is like some kind of thing for vibes only. And like it's like sex toys. And I do think all the time about airdropping him sex toy stuff by accident.
Yeah, or nudes.
Literally or nudes.
Just
What do I
whatever.
care? Yeah, he knows. Somebody sent me a Dropbox of nudes once.
Yeah.
He was a prostitute.
If you know, you know. We've talked about the shows.
Yeah.
This one I died. My now ex-husband, but I sent it while we were going through the divorce. That is so funny.
It reminds me of your favorite movie, The Breakup.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, I love that. And again, it's just like show him what he's missing.
This one, my grandparents have a digital photo frame. I accidentally uploaded a tit pic.
Those frames, can you imagine it cycling through family photos and then your tits are
Oh my God.
crazy. Okay, here's one of the craziest ones, maybe the craziest one. I sent a video of me masturbating to my best friend's mom.
How did this happen?
Literally how? I like add the photo to the chat and then I like make sure I know what chat I'm in before hitting send.
Yeah, and it's just like a full-blown OnlyFans video. You know, like I'm double checking, triple checking.
Also, please explain this to me. Why has iPhone not allowed the feature on iMessage yet for you to unsend something? Why does that not exist?
What do you mean? You can unsend?
You can't unsend a photo or a text
Oh, you can unsend a text?
on iMessage?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Raina, when's the last time you updated your phone?
You have an iPhone 12.
But you
Well-
have a time limit. Like you can only do it for a certain amount of time. You can only edit or unsend.
Yeah, you can unsend though. You do it immediately.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Don't shame me for my iPhone 12. You obviously haven't updated your software in a year.
You hit send on a text message. I'm like, hi, Ashley, how's your day going? And then I
can
hold my
unsend
finger on
it.
it and hit unsend.
Yeah. I heard that it doesn't unsend on your computer, but I'm not certain. But yeah, there's an unsend feature.
I'm only texting on my computer. You know me. It's very rare to get a text from me from my phone. What?
All right. Well, now you guys know, but it's got to be quick. And I'm not sure
There's a
if you
time
can do
limit?
it. Yeah.
Like 2 seconds?
Yeah. It's before they could have opened it.
But like, what if you're already in the text?
It also will say someone unsent it, right? It does say, yeah. I had an awkward situation with this recently because it's still going to tell them, but at least they didn't see it.
Oh,
so
I don't care if
is-
it says,
It
yeah.
is more for something like this, you know.
I cannot believe this. A 2 second, if you send a video by accident, you have like a 2 second window to hold on top of it and unsend it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I don't know about 2 seconds. I don't know, but you do have a short window. But again, just double check because it still could stay on their computer if they're using their MacBook to text. But this other mom one, my best friend helped me take sexy nudes on the beach. I thought I was sending them to myself, but I accidentally sent them to my mom. She texted back, "So youthful and beautiful, honey. Enjoy your youth." That is so funny. The mom was just like, "You're
so
beautiful, honey."
heartwarming and
I know.
humiliating at the same time. Your mom would say something like that. She'd be like, "Ashley, you look so beautiful."
Yeah, she
I'm
wouldn't
so
think
proud
anything of
you."
it.
I know. My 7-year-old boss, and the caption was, "Miss you, babe."
I cannot. I would die. I'd never go into work again. I'd have to quit.
I would quit that job.
Yeah, even if I own the company, I'd have to quit.
Tessa, if you ever send us a nude, please quit. no,
it's
I'm kidding. It's
fine.
a different kind of company, you know?
Exactly. We'd be like, is this market research for something? Sent a nude of my pierced nipples to my dad while I was doing long distance with my boyfriend. There were like 3 or 4 submissions of pierced nipples. Like, obviously, you pierce your
Those
nipples.
people are crazy.
You want to show them off.
Uh-huh.
You went through all that pain. I'm going to show the world.
They're the wild childs of the world.
Yes.
Supposed to go to my boyfriend at the time, AKA daddy. Accidentally sent it to my dad.
That's your fault.
yeah, literally your fault.
Don't have your boyfriend in your phone as anything having to do with dad.
That is insane. You changed the name to daddy.
I know. I went out with this one. I think it's so funny. She says, I haven't, but my brother sent a nude of his girlfriend to our 8-person family group chat. That is just next level. Like, as
Also,
someone,
I want to know who that was meant for, because he meant to send the nude of his girlfriend to
somebody. Right.
And so you
I
can-
didn't even think of that.
You can never tell her because she's humiliated, but like, okay, let me ask you what's worse. What would you be more mad at? The whole family saw you nude, or that they were sending it to somebody?
Well, who's he? Exactly like you said. Who is this going to?
Who is this for?
Huh.
I'd be way more mad. I don't care if the whole family gets my nude. That's an accident. Hee hee hee.
Who is this going to? Your friend?
Who's this for?
Why were you sending this?
Yeah, I would be way more mad about that.
Oh my God.
Do you think guys do that a lot?
Not, I don't know. Like, probably guys do it and girls do it. You know, like, it just depends on the way you feel about somebody, who you are as a person and how much you like respect that person. Like, Sparkle Eyes would never, like, he would just die before he sent like a sexy pic of me to someone else. Like, A, he doesn't want anyone to see that. He's like respects me more than that. I mean, that goes without saying, but like, you do or you don't. I don't know.
If I see any type of future with somebody, I will never show.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, like with your girlfriends, you show stuff and you like joke about it. But like if I saw, I mean, yes, I respect people's privacies, of course, also. And I would not betray their trust like that. But especially if I see a future with somebody, my friends don't need to know what my man's dick looks like.
Oh, no.
And like I think about that like second date being like, if I end up with this person 5 years from now, I don't need everybody at the wedding in my friend circle knowing how big his dick is, what his pubic hair looks like.
no,
I'm all set.
no. Yeah.
Unless it's really huge.
Well, if it comes through like when you're out, dick, vagina, no. You know, and like fair tits and things like that. But I don't know. I've been out with a guy friend and like he got a sexy pic from his wife and he was like, oh, and like I saw it. I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't care if I saw it. I don't know.
Well, that's a very
it didn't feel
specific
like it
relationship.
was icky at all.
Well, that's also somebody that like specifically wouldn't mind. And like you are
Yeah.
signed off on the guest list to see those photos.
Also, I'm a girl.
yeah.
I feel like if I sent Sparkle Eyes a like sexy pic and then like he was with his best girlfriend who kind of like played a hand in us like getting together, I'd be like, you can show her.
Okay, so she's on the guest list.
She's not a guest list. That's so funny. You all have a list of like who can see the nudes.
It feels like unfair when somebody's showing a group of their guy friends a photo of you. It feels like really disrespectful. I don't want it's not for me.
100%.
And I don't care if you're like bragging to your friends about what I look like. It's not for me. It communicates to everybody else that you don't respect me.
Yeah. And I mean, we've talked about this before in the podcast, but while we're here with this nude conversation, until you really, really trust somebody, and even then, I mean, just live as if someone could see these one day, you know? I don't think that anyone really has photos of me or videos of me. I don't really do that like would ruin my life if they got out, but also like I understand you like are with somebody, especially if you're long distance or not even, and you want to send them sexy videos and pics and stuff like that. So I just don't have any judgment surrounding it, but I'm just like, especially until you really trust someone, like don't let that get out there in the world.
Yeah, I really do feel for people that have like been through
Oh my
experiences
God,
like that.
totally.
I personally like, listen, you and I own a sex toy company. We talk about sex very openly on our show. It wouldn't ruin my life if there was videos like this out there. I'd be like, I don't know. What are you going to do? I don't care. But like, I guess most people would. And there's nobody I've ever sent it to that I didn't trust, but the betrayal would still be like unimaginable. Like, it's not that I care if anybody sees me naked. I show my tits at every show.
Yeah.
But like, if somebody betrayed me like that, yeah, I wouldn't like it.
Totally.
Nobody, to my knowledge, has really, really graphic photos of me unless they screen recorded me.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, be safe out there.
Yeah.
Check your contacts.
That's so crazy.
Check who you're airdropping to. Just,
check your Instagram story every 30 seconds to see if you
every
accidentally
30 seconds.
You know that when I get done masturbating to porn, I make sure that I didn't post anything.
I know.
Just get all crazy on my phone.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this lighter topic. And thank you for all your submissions, of course, and sharing your stories with us as always. And we hope to see you at all of our upcoming shows as we round the year out. Get tickets at girlsgottaeat.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Girls Gotta Eat Podcast. I am at Ash Hess. Raina is Raina.Greenberg. And of course, Vibes Only, vibesonly.com. New products coming soon. Follow on Instagram at Vibes Only as well. And subscribe to YouTube. Share this with a friend. Tell them to be safe out there with their nudes. And we'll see you next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.